1971. We woke up in a different world, where the Cold War ended along with the Vietnam carnage. All because of the Dome. The Dome. A territory full of anomalous artifacts, phenomena, and organisms. We still don't know what it is. An alien city? Some kind of a testing ground or storage? Whatever it is, no living thing trapped under the Dome can escape it. Yet even this did not stop the research. The major powers created the Cronus Megacorporation to develop and explore the Dome. Its secrets became a lucrative business. The Spires station was built on top of the Dome to export the artifacts and import supplies and personnel. The city of Crystal Sands grew at the foot of the Dome, eventually becoming a major transportation hub. All this required thousands of employees, and there was no shortage of candidates. Romantics, pragmatists, and adventurers of all trades swarmed recruiting centers around the globe, seeking jobs at Cronus. You were one of those people. In 1976, your application was approved, and you went under the Dome towards the future. Whether a good one or a bad one, only time will tell. The thin, pale young woman is sitting at the window, leaning against the illuminator. The glass is slightly fogged with her breath. She turns to you. Her shiny badge reads, Tomoko Kimura, physiologist.
We've crossed the border. No way back now. Even traveling by the funicular wasn't so thrilling.
The white presses small hands to her blushing cheeks.
You were thinking, why have no children been born under the dome? I've got a working hypothesis, but I'm not ready to share it yet.
She says softly, as if answering a question you didn't ask. Kimura peers through the glass in the direction you indicate.
Oh, that's the aircraft that crashed into the dome during the first expedition. I believe that's a wing fragment, and there's some white canvas. What do you think that is? Maybe a parachute?
The white shakes her head, bewildered.
I just can't believe it. It's all true. We're on our way to meet the future.
Kimura shoots you a surprised look.
You're familiar with the details of the briefing, right? To put it simply, the dome is a selectively permeable environment.
The white draws an invisible hemisphere in the air.
Inorganic objects may exit the dome without difficulty, but any living creature dies if transported back to the outside world. That's why we're all stuck here for an indefinite period of time.
Kimura listens without interrupting, as if considering your every word.
It's quite possible. I would like to set up an experiment to test this in practice.
She cuts off. You exchange glances with the rapidly blushing Kimura.
Not in that sense. I mean, yes, in that sense, but it is science, you know? It's quite serious.
She blushes even more.
No thanks.
The orange is dressed in a new jumpsuit. The shiny badge on his chest reads, Quentin Bisley, laborer. He's side-eyeing the screen skeptically. Despite his tired, grim expression, his gaze is open and friendly. The orange's face stretches into a broad smile, bearing his dentures to the world.
There's other guys, too. The ones who go through the front door.
He nods at the black-winged woman beside him, her nose wrinkles in display. Quentin raises his hands to examine the devices.
They call them humane handcuffs. How about that? Truth is, there ain't nothing humane about them. They zap you real hard the moment you get your hands on a gun.
Bisley is bopping his head from side.
What?
A tall woman is watching an ad playing on the monitor, arms crossed. The polished to a shine. She glances at you and offers her hand in a business-like.
Greetings. Please take all necessary precautions. By that I mean, don't turn your back on him.
Elsa nods.
I just follow orders. Even if his crime was embezzlement, I have to keep him cuffed. Those are the rules. Our friends from the administration didn't deign to inform me about this man's record. Could be I'm escorting a serial killer. It's corporate policy, you know.
She gives the silver a vengeful look. A man with a mustache and a blue jumpsuit is standing at the window, studying the construction site below through the occasional break in the clouds. His badge reads Igor Patana, planner. The blue taps on the glass with one finger and gestures you to come and take a look. Seems like he doesn't speak English. A guy wearing thick spectacles thrusts out a sweaty hand. He glances down at your badge.
Ah, it's you. I found your file extremely interesting. When I had the opportunity to look over the files of my future colleagues, I couldn't resist. I don't want to sound boastful, but...
Monty makes a ring with his thumb and forefinger.
You were number 63,784 on the waiting list, but you were lucky enough to get into the Dome after only 16 months. Besides that, zero, nada, absolutely nothing. You're a dark horse for both the Foundation and myself. How exactly did you end up in this wing?
The silver shakes your hand for some reason.
In that case, I congratulate you heartily. You made the right choice. There are enough miracles here for...
An uncomfortable silence rises between you, and Monty abruptly changes the subject. He taps the narrow illuminator panel with one finger.
Look, there's a storm rising. The lightning is strange. Green. Should lightning be green?
It's astonishing. Just...
Stopping by the door's porthole, you watch as the ground slowly approaches. It looks brown-black through the tinted glass, and smoky blue at the horizon. It almost seems like the clouds are pulling apart there. You scan the desert for any sign of the anomalies you've heard so much about. A flat, dark form hangs in the air above the horizon. It vaguely resembles a mushroom cloud, but with a much denser structure. Just as you're about to move away from the window, you notice a whirlwind beginning to form above the ochre plain. The gathering storm drifts unhurriedly above the desert, a crown of green lightning flashing at its core. Clearly no ordinary weather phenomenon. It must be one of those anomalies. You freeze by the window, unable to avert your gaze. The outlines of the landing site, blurred by clouds of dust, appear behind the greenish glass of the porthole. The capsule shudders as the break.
Come here. Come on now, or you'll miss everything.
A badge reading Ludovico Nuzzi, scientific analyst, export department, dangles loosely on his clean uniform, which still...
Look over there!
He points upward with a sharp, wide gesture and hands you his field binoculars. You raise the binoculars to your eyes. Under fourfold magnification, the whirling cloud above the rust-colored plains looks even stranger. Nazi bends close to your ear.
Fascinating. Do you want me to bring some filters? If we intercept the red and blue spectrums, we'll see something amazing. I don't know.
Ludovico laughs unnervingly and snatches the binoculars from your hands. With the binoculars raised to his eyes, he minutely adjusts the focus.
It's a massive whirlwind north of Concord, and not merely some desert sandstorm. That's an anomaly.
The scientist looks blankly at you, then
This?
Ludovico points at the building behind him.
I work in Concord Station, categorizing relics. My job is to classify them by rarity. Then the blues package them, silvers issue the documentation, and oranges move them to the cargo capsule. Just like the one you arrived in.
Nazi points upward.
Then the capsule takes the relics way up there, all the way to the spire, then to Crystal Sands by the funicular. They get auctioned off and turned into money.
He offers you his binoculars once again.
Do you want to have a look at the spire? It's,
Nazi looks from you to the capsule. He flings his arms up.
Oh, mi scusi! Excuse me, I'm so sorry. You'd better get going or you'll be late for check-in. Yeah, the storm is growing stronger.
The white mutters.
Just great, Mr. Come on, don't be shy. It was nice chatting.
How can I help? Come back again.
I'll register you.
A tall receptionist watches you from behind his desk with a bored, haughty look. He waves impatiently at you to approach. The employee glances at you indifferently. His upper lip is ever so slightly curled in contempt.
All new employees must register first thing. Come up to the desk, please.
The administrator slaps himself on the forehead.
I almost forgot.
Rayhet produces a reel-to-reel tape recorder from beneath the desk, rewinds the tape to the beginning, and presses play. The speakers explode. Solemn music begins to play, and the administrator's face takes on a serious expression.
Dear employee, on behalf of the Cronus Foundation,
The administrator clears his throat and continues.
by joining our company,
Dean squints down at the monitor.
deserve this title. Do your job honestly.
The music fades, and the administrator finishes. Dean puts the tape recorder away.
Now that we're done with the official greeting, I'll register you and upgrade your Selectron. Okay?
The committee ads didn't lie. The interior of Concord Station looks just like the glossy brochure. The high ceiling is finished with matte light panels. The floor is slightly scratched, but nevertheless washed. Dean stabs impatiently at the terminal keyboard. Dean's hands hover over the keyboard. He gives you a nod. You spell out your first and last names and specify your wing, profession, and test results. The administrator's fingers fly across the keyboard as he enters your information into the Cronus database. Rayhet scans the computer screen.
So your position in the waiting list was 63,784. You've been assigned to...
Dean snaps the docking port of your pass to a recess. The administrator returns your Selectron.
Cronus was founded as a society of scientists and military professionals. White Wingers have special privileges at most of the original locations built in 71 and 72. And there are still purely white zones in Magellan too. Limited access laboratories, operating rooms.
Dean continues.
All new employees have a short list of tasks to perform on arrival. Do you want to hear all the details, or just...
Rayhet nods and points at the ceiling.
First, you need a set of combat gear. Talk to Sidney Maynard.
Dean extends his second finger.
Second, weapons. Ms. Margarita Takachenko is the clerk at the armory.
The administrator straightens his third finger.
According to the latest regulations, all employees must attend a briefing on psi ability.
Dean extends his fourth finger and looks at you meaningfully.
Did I tell you? And finally, science is the overarching purpose behind everything we do here. Go to Professor Van Alden to learn...
Dean catches himself.
Oh, and when you're done with your trainings, proceed to the waiting room. From there...
The administrator looks up at you again. He reaches for the tape recorder, but thinks better of it.
Protocol calls for a little welcoming preamble, but dash it all, that's nonsense. Welcome to Concord Station.
As he's about to turn away, Dean suddenly remembers something.
When the dome was found, a small research camp was built nearby.
Relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Well, hello there.
Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place.
Come back again.
Behind the storage counter, you see a small, neat guy. His gingery hair shines with something like brilliantine. His badge says, Sidney Maynard, storekeeper. The silver perks up at your approach. A thick logbook appears at once from under the counter. Sidney puts on thick glasses that seem to age him 5. The silver finally stops and pins down a particular page with his finger.
This...
Maynard adjusts his glasses in a businesslike manner.
Before I give you the uniform.
Sidney fiddles with his hairstyle.
So, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Life under the dome can be dangerous. That's why it's important to wear protective equipment when traveling outdoors. Of course, in hazardous situations, the equipment will get damaged, and the more it's damaged, the more often...
He points back at the shelves behind him.
We've got repair kits for this gear. There are Blue Wing specialists ready to help you at any large base, of course.
Sydney rests the logbook on the desk.
That's all the instructions. Now, I'm going to issue...
The silver disappears into the bag. Unfolding the package, Maynard shows you. Sydney proudly shakes out a bright white jacket. It more resembles a thick mantle than a lab coat.
Look, this is the most advanced clothing under the dome.
He raises a finger.
One more important thing. In accordance with Order 16-225, helmets and gloves are not issued, but they're available for purchase from me. Please bear in mind that a full set includes headgear or a mask, jacket, trousers, gloves, and...
Sydney hands you the package.
Here...
Sydney adjusts his glasses.
Sure, I'll show you what we've got. You know, we're pretty well stocked here in Concord. Take a look.
Sydney scribbles something in his logbook.
Please come back anytime if you need something.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Anything urgent, Mr. Krachkov?
Katarzyna, did you mark it as Class 1 again, instead of 2? Look, here's the scanner data. It says the relic is a scientific device.
Wait, but it's still Class 1. I'm not going to violate protocol.
Katarzyna, my dear, you may violate protocol, as long as it benefits the company. Take your lead from your colleagues. Correct your report if you have to, and don't act so innocent.
Vladimir, I'm done. How do we mark it?
Class 2 fragile. I'll complain to the Silvers about that idiot. They'll take the appropriate measures.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully.
An engineer in a bright blue jacket is tinkering with the door lock, cursing under his breath non-stop, blowing a curly strand of hair off his forehead.
You're a newcomer, right? It's a straight-up open house here today.
He offers you his hand. According to his badge, the technician slaps the door with one hand.
You have to wait until I'm done. Some orange jammed up the lock with chewing gum just for a laugh. They're like animals, those oranges, marking their territory. If you ask me, they're too...
Penkovsky grunts angrily.
I wish I could. I'm gonna have to disassemble, clean, and reassemble it to...
Maxime extracts a thin, sharp, precision...
Though there's another way. You want to learn something about picking locks? It's a useful skill in all sorts of situations.
The Blues getting excited.
All right, looky here.
Penkovsky presses his pick lock, and an odd device resembling a hybrid of a screwdriver and a...
Using a mechanical pick lock is easy peasy. No special skill required. They wear out after a few locks. While the old-fashioned kind is another thing entirely. Cheap, one use. But one has to know how to use it right. That's a tool for a master.
Maxime takes out another pick lock and crouches by the door. He gives you a quick lesson on how to pick a lock.
By the way, you can carry your tools in your belt. It's much handier to have them right there.
Penkovsky shows you his utility belt, where he keeps...
Actually, finding tools under the dome is no problem at all. There are even devices for hacking terminals and so on.
Maxime, the Blue, solemnly raises his index finger.
And one more thing. Always use brand name stuff if you can. Groovy produces good kits. Modus and Supercolor do too. They've all got fat contracts with Cronus, so they care about quality.
He looks at the door again.
Damn these locks. Though I'd rather be doing this than fixing hab pods. Those are a real pain in the ass.
Penkovsky gives you a patronizing look.
Because they're poorly made. Warped from the heat, and the filters aren't worth a damn. The modules were constructed by marketing managers, not engineers. Building a city in the desert was also their idea. This project... I repeat, get a lockpick and attach it to your utility belt. And then, apply it to the door. Yes, apply is the proper word. Just don't forget to pick up your uniform and weapons. It'll be awkward for you if the door gets
Welcome
stuck.
Under the Dome, an amazing excursion to a world of new technology and the riddles of an ancient civilization. Listen to this information, useful for all wings, and receive a colorful leaflet. Welcome Under the Dome, an amazing excursion to a world. Greetings!
Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place.
I hope to see you again soon.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Good day to you. Have a good one.
An amazing excursion. New world technology.
A lean Silver with thick black hair and a huge cigar clamped in his teeth is sitting in front of him. As you approach, he flashes a sly grin and something really weird happens. All the paper clips, pencils, scattered toothpicks, and bits of trash float up from the table and hang in the air.
Here for the briefing, huh? Shall we get to it?
He takes the cigar out of his mouth and exhales a lush cloud. The Silver props his elbows on the table.
Anyway, here's the deal. It's more profitable for people with a high psyche to study psionics. Give me your hand.
Not waiting for an answer, he grabs your hand with strong, dark fingers. Andre gropes your hand with an expression of fierce concentration.
So, do you practice? Bells, bulbs, brushing mugs off the table, huh?
The Silver takes a thin glove covered in talc from his desk and passes it to you.
Look, a glove, right? But it isn't just a glove. This is an ooh mama hold me tight glove.
He counts off on his fingers.
Learn psionics. Put on the glove. Transform energy into the necessary shape. That's the whole briefing.
It doesn't take the psychic long to think of something. A small 2 bond coin jumps up from the table, and then the ruined coin drops into a glass already almost full of coins in the same state. Mihai spreads his hands good-naturedly as if to... The toothpicks on the table skitter around for a moment, arranging... The silver laughs loudly at his joke. The cigar falls from his mouth till... You don't have to ask him twice. Mihai picks up a light bulb from the table, gripping the base in his hand. The filament begins to glow faintly. In a little over a second, the silver laughs contentedly. The silver takes a pull at his cigar and releases a self-important...
Psionics. It's a gift for all of us. The forefathers took off someplace. Poof, gone. Only the dome remains. And this.
Mihai spreads his dark hands. Toothpicks hover around his head in a kind of halo.
Scientists say everyone has an organic skill called psyche. You have it?
The smell of good tobacco wafts off this tall, portly woman from a meter away. A black lacquered pipe, an open logbook full of signatures, and a metal flip calendar sit on... The woman fixes her coppery hair with one hand and casually lights her pipe. Margarita thumbs back a couple of pages in her log. She glances at her Kairos, looks at you. Tukachenko returns a couple of minutes later, carrying something that looks... The weapon seems weightless as she spins it around her finger.
I ain't telling you shit about this thing, because that's exactly how much I know. Laser, schmazer, cadmium battery, fiberglass body, blah, 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 blah. You probably know more about it than I do. Here.
Unperturbed, the black covers the weapon she's just put on the counter with her large, soft hand.
No, it is then. What would you like instead?
Margarita draws on her pipe and puffs out thick, yellow smoke. Margarita continues to suck on her pipe indifferently.
Wish they'd put you into the real army for 3 years or so. Those guys would knock the bullshit out of you.
Tukachenko bites down on the stem of her pipe.
Are you kidding me? I'm a different breed. One that doesn't understand toy guns.
The black regards the Andromeda suspiciously.
Fuck it. If it breaks, bring it back and I'll trade it in for another one.
The armorer shrugs, puffing indifferently on her pipe.
It's the least I could do. We have a requisition list from the Silvers. For free, you receive only rubbish. If you want the real deal, check out the weapon.
Leaning over the counter, the black points somewhere off to one side.
Now it's time for your training. Botherby is already waiting for you by the big gate. But before the training zone, go see that wizard guy with his toothpicks. Be careful around him, though.
I hope to see you again soon.
You see a tall scientist in a white lab coat, bathed in the dim light. The man turns at your footsteps. He's holding a paper clipboard and a pencil. His shimmering silver badge reads Sebastian Van Olden.
honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place.
He glances from you to the glittering watch on his wrist.
I want us to respect one another's time. Please speak loudly, clearly, and to the point. You must be the newcomer I was told about. Nice to meet you.
Finished with his unusual greeting, he offers you his thin hand. The amiability in Van Olden's eyes winks out like a light. He looks at you coldly, but the scientist puts the clipboard aside, raises. He shows you his watch dial.
According to the rules of this briefing, I have to touch on a large number of topics. Therefore, I will do so very briefly. Do not interrupt me. When I'm finished, I'll answer your questions.
Sebastian produces his handheld and clicks some buttons.
I checked your scanner. It's working and is connected to the Minerva database. Everything you scan will earn you Chronos or 4.
The instructor watches you with displeasure.
Are you listening? Scan everything that might be of scientific interest. First of all, anomaly.
He places a canvas pouch in your hand.
This pouch is full of bolts. You can temporarily discharge an anomaly by throwing a bolt into it. It's primitive, but reliable.
Van Olden pushes a button on his stopwatch.
So, my oral briefing fell within the allotted span of time. Any questions you want to ask me? You'll need some one-use stimulator injectors, bandages to stop bleeding, and anti-radiation agents and radio protectors, including ARAD-3.
The white tick. He produces a black-capped, transparent plastic jar out of his pocket.
According to protocol, you should have this medicine. I'll give it to you as soon as we proceed to the practical part of the...
The scientist glances at his watch again.
You're with it?
He rests one finger on the button in preparation to start the timer.
You're going to go downstairs and scan relics. I will be monitoring your progress. Please note there are several radioactive...
He smoothly extracts a jar of yellow pills from his pocket.
Here's your ARAD-3. And one more thing. Just a moment.
There are endless salt pans in the western region behind me. The sun reflects blindingly from the salt.
Please stand by for decontamination to end.
What an inhospitable wilderness, you'll say. And I fully agree with you.
Be careful around the anomalies. Touch one of them and you'll be injured. Toss a bolt at the anomaly to discharge it. just great, Mr. Monty James.
Hello,
With luck
come
like
up to the
yours,
desk,
I wouldn't
please.
spend any...
A tall risk. The employee. Dean. You script. Dean. Rayhet. Dean. Sit. Rayhet. He reached as he's.
I'm listening. I hope to see you again soon.
Behind the storage, the silver finally stops. Maynard adjusts his glass. The silver unfolds. Sydney hands you the pack.
Anything urgent, Mr. Kratchkov?
Katarzyna, did you mark it as Class 1 again, instead of 2? Look, here's the scanner data. It says the relic is a scientific...
The smell of the woman thick. Margarita, she glanced. Tuck-a-chunk. The weapon seems weightless as she spins. Margarita shakes her head disapproving. The armorer.
Wait a minute.
Leaning over the...
But before the training's up...
Lead from your colleagues. Correct your report if you have to. I'll complain to the Silvers about that idiot. They'll take the...
As you reach to a...
You're a new... I'll complain to the Silvers about that idiot. They'll take the appropriate measures. I hate them.
Maxime is examining the chewing. Penkovsky grunt. Maxime...
Though there's another way. You want to learn something about...
The blues. Penkovsky...
Using a mechanic...
He gives you a...
By the way, actually...
The blue... He looks at the door again.
I repeat, get a lockpick and attach it to your utility belt. Just don't forget to pick up your uniform and
Welcome
weapons.
Under the Dome, an amazing excursion to a world of new technology and the riddles of an ancient civilization. Listen to this information,
Casinos,
and
spas,
receive a colorful
and
leaflet.
therapeutic saunas.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully.
I don't know about
In
you,
case of
but I'm
damage,
sure I'll
your
come
life
here
will
in
be
a year
forfeit.
and will feel like a real queen. This is Victoria Legrand,